Does anybody have a full life here? And I guess the answer, if you ask that question to any group of people, would be yes. We all seem to be in a place where life is speeding up. There's so much things that you have to do. And it seems as if there's often not enough time to get all that needs to be done, or sometimes in the midst of the rush, we make decisions that are perhaps not the best, or sometimes it's downright awful, the decisions we make. Today I want to look at 2 strategies in which we can make the best use of our time to help us make the best decisions, to take us in a direction in which you actually want to go, and to leave you with less and less sense of, I wish I hadn't done that, the regrets in life. So what we're looking at today is the concept of heart rate variability, i.e. the physiology that's under the hood, under the bonnet, the stuff that's going on, that's there, that seems to run automatically. But to say that we can alter, we can move, we can manipulate, we can maneuver our heart rate variability, which is connected to our ability to make clear decisions. The second strategy is looking at the pot of energy that we have. So if we look at energy, and you think of energy as a pot, and your pot is this big, it holds this amount of energy, and that's your allotment for the day. What you do with it really matters. So one way of considering this is to work out what almost is like a bank balance. Say you have your current account, and in your current account you would have withdrawals on one side and deposits on the other. And you'd see things in your bank balance like meetings. Well, a meeting in your day-to-day life can be a total drop in energy. Or it could raise you up to a point of saying, wow, that was a really good meeting. It gave me strategy, I had people in it that lifted me. All of these things can be either a withdrawal or a deposit. In the same way, there are people in our lives who are totally withdrawals. That you see people coming and you're thinking, I wish I could turn around, but I can't. I have to keep going. And we have people in our lives who do this to us. At the same time, there are people who are encouragers to us. And so they contribute to the positive side of your balance. There are things that you have to do which absolutely are part of the withdrawal. There are things that are optional, which if you did more of them, or they lasted longer, would form part of your deposit. So for me, it's like saying, okay, let's take a record of what we do on a day-to-day basis. Let's look at the number of withdrawals and the number of deposits. And when you do this, it gives you a sense of what is possible in a day. And granted, there are some days when you can't avoid this big, massive amount of withdrawals, and there seems to be very, very few deposits. Deposits like lunch, and you're thinking, lunch? For some people, lunch is a luxury. And that luxury is lost when you sit at your desk having lunch in front of a screen. There's a luxury of, at least it seems like a luxury of avoiding the Zoom calls in front of the screen. But the research says this, that if you sat at your desk and ate your lunch, you might as well, in terms of the number of bacteria around you, be sitting in the bathroom. In terms of Zoom, sometimes the people avoid leaving their desk because when they're out, what's playing on your mind is that somebody might be wanting you, your boss might be looking for you, and then there's a piece of software that's saying nothing's happened. So there's a lot of guilt attached to this. But whatever it is, you have to tabulate it. You have to work out which side of the column it's on and then try and do something about it. If at the end of the day there is nothing you can do about the withdrawals, then to recalibrate means that you have to recalibrate not on a daily basis but on a weekly basis. If that's not possible, then you have to work out, well, I need to recalibrate on a monthly basis. Whatever the basis you're working on, it has to be done. Because just like your bank account, if you keep going, you run out of money and you run out of energy. Heart rate variability, or HRV, is a topic we've covered in previous episode. In summary, what it means is that we in our hearts have different beat to beat variations. So one beat is not quite the same as the other. So your heart, just to say, is not a metronome. It doesn't go like this. It goes, it varies is what I'm trying to say. And that variation reflects what's going on in your autonomic nervous system. That variation tells you whether or not you are too high in terms of being tense, being anxious, or maybe it's too low, it's like totally flat out, calm, relaxed, but not just relaxed, but frozen so that nothing's happening. And by using the techniques we talked about before of moving your heart rate variability around, it enables you to make clearer decisions. It enables you to avoid brain freeze. It enables one to not get brain hijacked, where everything is like, but that it is possible to use these techniques to regain some sort of semblance of control of who you are and where you're going. The intersection of heart rate variability and pots of energy is in flow. Csikszentmihalyi talked about flow as being in a state in which time seems to stand still, where you're working in a place where it's like, wow, there are challenges in it, but they're manageable challenges. There's excitement in it. There is no anxiety and there's no boredom. And so by combining the use of heart rate variability techniques and looking at how you manage your energy in terms of your bank balances of withdrawal and deposits, it is possible to be more and more in flow. So as you use heart rate variability and as you systemize your bank balance, you bring these two forces together and enable flow to happen at a more efficient way. So at the end of the day, the amount that you have to do, the situations that you face are sometimes outside of our control. But what is within our control is the ability to maneuver our physiology as well as to maneuver our scheduling to some degree or the other to keep within flow.